Hello, I'm Howlwyn, and welcome to Overwatch. Today we're going to be looking at Atlanta Reign versus the New York Excelsior, and this was a beautiful play by Reign that allows them to win this match, but right now we're going to be looking at this particular fight, because this is probably the best fight I have ever seen. Let me back it up a little bit. Here on the engage, there's nothing really big. Doc is taking normal diva positioning. How did he take so much damage? Okay, it just takes a lot. Not sure how he took that much, but it's okay. It is a minor mistake, which will actually come in big in this fight because of just how good it is. So first up, we see both the Lucios heading behind the enemy Rhines to get the boops on. Anima wants to get Pakwa here, and Massa wants to get Mono into here. Let's see. And then both teams get the equal trade, so they both have to back up. Ducko's backed up basically full. He's really pushing it here. I'd say he should be backing out way before that point, because this critical health here is going to be coming in huge for a massive disadvantage. Yes, disadvantage for Atlanta. Because now that he's at 300, they don't have their Brigida heal for Pakpo right now, and they can't really push, so they have to stand the back up. Really nice positioning here for Onimo. Mecha does also have a lot of damage, so at least they have that going. But overall, with the Mono being higher than Pakpo, New York Excelsior at advantage. The core thing that oh, and there's something else. Okay, here. So you see how Masa and Onimo are taking drum right now? I really like this from Masa. He should be countering any move Animo does, because Animo might be going for a boop onto like Pogpo if he can, or get someone out of position so that New York Excelsior can isolate them. But Animo also lets him go through with it, mostly due to the positioning. There's no one that's really allowed to do that. If Pakpo was further up, I guarantee you, Masa would be booping him back. Because the core things with Lucio is that they need to be dueling each other. And I don't mean like fighting each other. I mean just making sure that they're not allowing the other Lucio to get free isolation plays with their boops. In a little bit now, we're going to be seeing just a beautiful positioning coming out of these Lucios. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, both teams are on the back foot. They're both not at full. They want to be playing a bit passive. New York's going to go first because they have higher HP in total, but yeah. Watch this. So we have Anno right above us on the drum, as you can see from the fires, and you have Masa right here. So Anna here, Masa here. This positioning may not seem like much, but it's actually huge because it means that New York Excelsior cannot cross this line without fully committing to a fight because Masa will come in behind him and boop him in. And that's a confirmation isolation kill, almost 10 times out of 10. So, New York Excelsior are taking this fight. They use the bubble, and then there is a super minor mistake here from Nene. Okay? Right now, he should be getting the bubble on, still moving this direction, and getting right in back here with his right clicks as soon as the bubble's out. But there's a tiny bit of hesitation right here. And there's this split second where he's going right, and it allows him to get stops a little bit of the damage output. Okay. Another massive play on this point. I'm sorry, we're going to be sticking onto this engage a lot. So they're turning back. First swing. There's already fire strike. First swing from Pakpo is in this direction. So if he hits the strike onto Mono right now, which I don't believe he hits that one. He hits this next one. Mono's going the count because Mono's already been booped into Temple. So if he hits this strike, he's actually gonna counteract what they want to do with Mono. They want to knock Mono into Temple, so he needs to hit with a return strike, which he will do, and it's beautiful. However, to do so, he actually makes a positional error. Sorry, okay. He makes a positional error. Does he even hit him? Sends too far this way. He should be heading up this route and staying by their line. So, red line, blue line. Okay. Atlanta's line is here, and he cannot get too far away from this line if they're playing on this side of the point. But he goes too far to New York side, and that allows, what's his face? Libero to get the stun on him, and that's a confirmed kill, because that's 1 second stun. You got Jonak shooting, the entire crew shooting at him. Also, we should note that there's the positioning for Slime being still up there is still fantastic. You can play an isolation play if an option opens up. So, okay. The Force Trance, which is going to come in huge later for one of the attacks coming in soon. They also use Rally at the same time, and this is a mistake because both Trance and Rally do not work well together, as they both do quick healing and Rally does armor. So any value that Trance gets is somewhat decreased. Pokpo is down, but Atlanta's still in a fine spot. And a really important thing to note is Onimo. Since they used both Trance and Rally, the only supportal New York has, or will have in the next fight, is Animo's Beat. So what Atlanta does, because if they have a 2 support advantage, there's no way they lose the next fight. Not a single way. So they force it with Grav, or they get a kill with Grav. One of the two. And since Onimo just barely doesn't have it, they get the kill onto Libero. Personally, I believe they would have preferred if there was if they force Beat, because that is a confirmed fight win for the next fight, since they have 2 support ults going into nothing. But instead, they do. Onimo doesn't have it. He doesn't Beat. Just things happen. Now, important thing to know about Onimo's positioning is it's really beautiful over this fight right here. He's playing back here during this, but as soon as the grab is about to end, he heads over here and gets a boop on the Baby, and that allows him to just get the Baby Bay kill. However, the kill is also caused by Masa going in here and doing his magic here. With a boop here. But it's not Moss's fault. It's actually, I would say, on Urster, mostly because he rushes this bash. This bash has to be held for a little bit longer. Going into a bash onto a grab is not that valuable, in my opinion. We're going to see, watch Mecho's health, okay? Boop. I mean Mono's health. Mono is just getting chunked. Imagine if they had that bash ready there. Roll down. Now don't bash here. No point in bashing into a grab. Bash onto Mono. Mono's down. Nothing they can do. And that also means that Baby Bay survives and you win this fight. Just super small details are coming in huge. Jonak and Dogman are both super safe right now. And again, top of drum positioning is beautiful, and always have either Lucy up there, Diva up there, just those two up there, if they can be up there safely. Mono down, would be down now. Put a ton of resources onto him. Dako tries to get on him. Dako actually uses a bad route here. Sorry, I haven't such low, but Dako should, instead of moving right on to him, he should be moving back here and facing this direction. That way they get the confirmed kill on the mecha. The melee and stuff is most likely not going to kill him because he has Jonak healing, and Animo has probably still got the heal field onto him a little bit. So that's 40-ish heals per second. But if Dako goes over here, it does put him farther from cover, but it's still a very nice play, as it confirms the kill, because Ursur's over here, meaning he's going to die if he goes this way, because Dogman and Ursur here. Baby Bay is still a threat if he goes this way, and if he goes back, you have Masa and Dako, both right back here. It also cuts out this grab that we're about to see. And I want to point out something for Masa that is beautiful in this graph. He has beat. Wait. Now he uses it. It's gorgeous. This is absolutely beautiful because he does not want to get this stupid bomb in here. Right down here. If that bomb, they're going to place that bomb there if they hear that beat immediately. That bomb's going directly there. Nothing in my mind keeps it from going there. Bash is disabled. Yeah, nothing. So since he holds, if they now use bomb right now with Mecha right here, the entirety of Atlanta Rain is able to get out of here and be safe from this bomb. That's why holding it for those 2 seconds is just gorgeous. Now he beats. And Mo counter beats. So, you see Animo's about to get his ult right now? I know most of you are probably like, why isn't he using it right now? So there's 2 reasons why. Mono is likely going to get killed before he gets the cast off because he just has to get it off right now. He has to be spamming Q. If he's spamming Q, the beat puts him in a bad position for the next fight because then they don't have either Rally and they don't have Trance, and Atlanta Rain can engage with beat, as they also, right here, use Graph. And if he beated right there, Masa will not use his beat here. However, since, first of all, Meko does not immediately bomb the Grav, he wastes 2 seconds. Masa wastes 2 seconds here, 1 or 2 seconds. Then he beats. This is gorgeous because, well, I already told you, I believe. Because Masa, second here, if he beated there, this Grav, Masa doesn't beat in it. And since Masa now beats this here because of Meko play, they would not have any support to deal with Masa's engagement with a Lucio beat for the next fight. And I guarantee you, if he did beat there, I believe Mono would have died. And then Atlanta Rain just disengages, waits for Pokepo, and then re-engages and slams him down with a Nerf Chatter. And New York loses this fight. So Mono takes the risk. It's safe risk. It's fine. He hits Masa into a wall, gets that out. What I find interesting is that Masa decides to fly onto Mono here instead of flying back through here. And it actually becomes a tiny bit of a prereq mistake. It's not a mistake in the moment, but it's a prereq mistake when you look back at it. It's one of those things that people can get caught up on and be like, I should have been here, but there's no reason you should be there because you wouldn't know to be there. Like, this is a fine play. It pressures Mono out of the fight, and now they get Nene low. He didn't know that. There was no way to know that Nene would be this low. Now, you could say he should have gone around on the NY Lion. NY Lion would leave him killed by Nene because Nene is getting a little bit of support from Animo, and he's also got Harmony on him for a little bit there. I love the Harmony juggling here from Jonak, because if he keeps Harmony on, because basically it's the threat. Who is the most threatened player right here that's low? He needed to get Nene up to 100 HP, because once Zarya's at 200 HP, Zarya is generally pretty safe. However, he wants to get Mono to armor first and after that immediately. Because Mono's at a low risk position right here. No one's going to dive him because he has the shield, and if they do dive him, NYXL should win the fight. Now, we see here, a super minor mistake from Nene is going to happen here, but this is a beautiful play from Slime to take Drum. So if Nene believes this is actually going to boop Dako over the roof, but it doesn't, so he starts reloading right here. He shouldn't reload, he's at 72 ammo. He should just put the right click onto Dako, and that will deal an extra bit of damage to his mech. And then he will see that Dako's coming back down to him, and he'll just kill Dako's mech. Minor mistake. It's only something you'll very rarely ever see. To the front. He needs to get this barrier off. Oh my gosh, okay, now I question Pokpo's Earth Shatter here. Mono does a beautiful play here with his Earth Shatter and lands it onto 3 people. They follow up with Mecha's ultimate, and it gets them as much value as you can ever want. And that's an easy fight win after that. Let's go into the next fight and what's going to happen here. So, they only have Trance, which is a really valuable ult to have, but it's going to be cut off with off tempo with the Zarya ult, and Dogman is going to get his way before Nene does. Also, a big deal is that Baby Bay is way higher on his ult charge than Nene. Another really, basically perfect fight. Him and Animo played almost perfect fights. I have that on my Lucio checking thing, is that there were no mistakes from them. It was gorgeous. I'm making this other video, and I took 5 or 6, I have 5 or 6 highlights from, I could literally just take this fight and put it in that video, the whole entire fight, and just note the Lucio stuff that they're doing, and people would learn a lot from that. This fight is gorgeous for Lucio play. I will be going into Step in a little bit to show you guys. Here we have what Massa's zone was in that match when he was playing on the pillar during the engage. This was his zone of basically what he was controlling. And this was a really good area to control because he could poke forward here really effectively and get some ult charge there easily. And it also shoots above the barrier if Reinhardt is playing anywhere up here. So there's that part on the ult charge. It zones his main support, who's most likely playing in this area. Not here, but just in the area of this spot. Which is, again, one of the things that you want to do as a Lucio. And it also creates a massive amount of opportunities in this particular area, because he can move forward and then boot back. And create an isolation play just like that. We actually see this almost happen in the game, but that the potential was just right there for that. On the other side of things, there was Onimo's positioning, which is the general better positioning. If you're a Lucio player looking to position, you only position back here or back here, is if you're on the back foot. If you can't get this position, you position on those sides. Right here, the reason this is the best position is that your opportunity plays, your isolation boops, all that is like a radius of something crazy here. It's like something like this, if you're up there. That's your isolation play area. If Reinhardt is right here, you can come here, boop him forward. Boom. if the Reinhardt is over here, you could, again, jump forward. It's extremely advantageous to position there just due to the options alone. And then on top of that, you also have a really good healing radius wherever your team wants to fight around the point. And you, I believe, contest the point. Yeah, you contest the point from up there. Perfect position. And if you can get it, you take it if you're on the aggressive. That's why it's so important. Here's the Zen positioning in the game. We have Dogman in Temple while Jonak is by Shrine, which is a really interesting fight because I didn't realize it before I actually did this analysis that New York Excelsior actually made it a plan to take Shrine stairs for Jonak. They did an entire team movement up through here to get him in there to stairs because it's such a beneficial position for Zenyatta because you have easy rotations between the sides. And if you start losing the fight, you can easily ditch. Whereas in Dogman's position, he can't easily ditch. These walls are a nuisance for Dogman if he tries to retreat. He also is much more isolatable if Elenta goes too far here. Mecha can go and isolate Dogman. It's that easy. Whereas with Atlanta, they can't easily isolate Jonak because Jonak just moves over there, right here. That's why the positioning, New York made an actual plan to take that positioning. It's that simple. Now, I also have the general sight lines, but as you can see, Dogman wants to be playing a little bit farther up. He's probably playing around this area. But he doesn't want to go to the sides too often because then Jonak might take a shot at him. He might get low. Makes him easy to get down. But since Dogman wants to be playing up closer up, he has to deal with the pillars way more often. And Jonak has more breathing room. He can actually drop down a little bit to get around the pillars. Like here. Jonak can't exactly do... Dogman can't exactly do the same. So that's one of the reasons why there was a 75 difference. Well, a 25% ultimate difference between the two. One of the things that I find really nice is that they found the time to get Dogman into this position. I think what they did is when they were pushing forward into the fight here, during all that chaos, Dogman got over here, and that was fantastic for them. I think actually it was probably during the time that NYXL was positioning themselves here. Now, if they did it during the time NYXL was positioning themselves here, I'd have to relook at it. I'm just doing this off the top of my head, but they could have contested if they were equal. And they probably should have, because contesting rotations is generally a good idea. You know, there's always that point that everyone tunes out. It's the, can you please like, comment, and subscribe? It would really help out the channel. I mean, well, there's no derpier way to put it. It does help the channel. Also, but the thing that helps the channel more is having your friends do the same. So go and tell your friends about this video. Tell them it was probably bad analysis, but you don't have to say that part. But yeah, just tell them to watch the video.